talking to Tim Hayden. He's TikTok famous, almost as famous as me. Actually, he's more famous than me. We'll be talking about business, sharing a little bit about niches and how important that is in business. And we'll be giving our knowledge to you. Now, Tim believes, and I love it, that he just tells his story. He just shares what he's doing. Right, Tim? You don't teach
all about the journey. If people want to listen, if they want to watch, they can do. They can either watch me succeed or they can watch me fall on my arse. I think that's half the interest, the intrigue. Yeah. Will he actually be able to do it?
Can we talk about something I feel very passionate about when it comes to business? You know, as you know well, I do try to give people advice. I'm not always right. That's why I love to discuss things with other entrepreneurs and get a balanced view for people listening. But one of the things I really believe in is being niche. I mean, even big platforms started off niche, like Facebook, focused in on universities, right? For the longest time, they were a university app, but that allowed them to get that base, that strength, to then escalate into other things. Jeff Bezos did books. He was focused very much just on books. Yeah. Of course, that worked and scaled out. But you're in a niche, and I see a lot of people approaching you on social media and saying, well, why don't you do, I saw yesterday, why don't you do a smartwatch? Yeah. And your answer was brilliant. You know, like, why would I want to compete with Apple? That's not niche enough. But so you clearly believe in this niche thing too.
100%. But taking it, one of the things I get asked all the time, you get youngsters coming to you saying, what about multiple streams of income? What about doing this, all these different side hustles? And it's probably the quickest way to fail. The thinner you spread yourself, the less successful you'll be in any one of those things. If you look at every successful entrepreneur in history, has had one thing which they've focused on. They've tunnel vision, they've put the blinkers on, and they've just gone whole hog into that one thing. They've made that big, and then they've diversified. Then they've taken on other projects and different things. And it's the same with the business as well. I try and keep my blinkers on with the watches. People say to me, when you're going to produce an automatic watch or a smart watch, or I've even stopped bringing out the women's watches until we bring it out this year. I focus solely on men's watches. I focus solely on fashion, not luxury, not smart, not digital. And then I just focus on one audience as well. And also in my TikToks, I just try and be one person. I don't try and please everyone. You can't do that.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, I think some great advice there for people listening. I think the other thing I see, and again, this is one of the reasons I do what I'm doing, is that you see someone come on and says, I've got these 11 multiple income streams, you know, renting out a house and doing this and doing that. And it all sounds good. But in reality, if you got behind the scenes, those people are often not focused and ironically, quite often not happy. Because actually, if you focus in on one thing you love and you really make it work, it's like having 11 relationships at once.
Yes.
That's how I kind of try to explain to people. It sounds good, doesn't it, dating 11 people at once? Maybe you think that means you're going to have a great life. But in reality, you never have a deep and meaningful relationship with anyone if you have 11
I think as well, people like it, especially youngsters, and I see a lot of these guys on TikTok saying this. I think they look at the top guys and they realise Elon Musk he's got rockets, he's got tunnels, he's got cars, he's got this, he's got that. Yeah. Right, I'm going to diversify because I want a bit of this, a bit of that. And basically, you're not Elon Musk, you're actually Del Boy.
Right.
Who's just wheeling and dealing and doing a bit of everything and getting nowhere.
Yeah. Plus, they don't understand that there's steps.
Yeah.
Right. Like
Elon Musk had PayPal. He didn't have anything else.
Exactly. He had quite a few things before PayPal.
Yeah.
You know, you focus on getting, let's say, the entrepreneur model right, and then what he did, he's good at marketing and he's good at raising money. Right. And he took those two core strengths and then applied it to big problems. Right. Tesla wasn't his invention. Right. He's the front of the company. He's definitely the person you can argue that's made sure it worked, but it wasn't his invention. So I think sometimes people haven't really twigged to that point. Like you say, they just see the headline. It's a bit like raising money. This is another area. A lot of people raise money. I don't know, you raise money through crowdfunding. You're very successful at it. Yeah. And I think in your business, that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Because then you've got 100%. 270 customers in theory as well for your product, right? But I think for a lot of people, the first step they say is, I can't start a business, I don't have money. And then they think, how can I raise money? But I bet there was 20 things you did before you even went to crowdfunding.
Yeah.
And I think that's what people miss.
20 things that failed.
Right. It wasn't, I've got an idea, I'll go raise some money on crowdfunding. Now I've got the money on crowdfunding, I can start the company. Totally not. The other way around, right?
Well, we launched the business 4 years ago, to the day almost. And it was after a year and a half, I thought, right, I need to raise some money here. And then it took me a year to build the story, to sell to the investors, to raise the money. So all my focus went into that, making the story, building the story, and that's just building the brand. Stages, steps and steps and steps to go through.
So I hope you enjoyed the chat between me and Tim today. Niche is so important to focus on. If you give yourself a niche, it gives you a chance to own a part of building a business, and then you can scale it out from there. I know it doesn't sound glamorous being niche, and of course, as an entrepreneur myself, I'm sure a lot of you out there want to go big or go home. But sometimes by focusing in on the small thing, you can grow an acorn and turn it into a big oak tree. So if you found my chat today with Tim useful and you want to get more insights into things like niches, how to scale a business, how to build a business, how to grow a business, any of these things, then please hit the subscribe button. And don't forget, we go live every single day with some sort of useful content around entrepreneurship. So hit that alarm bell so you don't miss any of our lives. I hope if you have any questions, we're answering them through our website, thepurposefulproject.com. But if we're not, feel free to drop us a question in the comments. We always reply to questions. So if you do have any, feel free to ask us. We'll get back to you and try and help you. And if you enjoyed any of the content you've got from us, a like goes a long way. Have a wonderful day.